to my channel. So we're just gonna jump straight into it. Today I wanted to tell you guys, so I've been like, this has been on my mind for a little bit, and I've been actually doing this in my real life. So I think that we need to be moving in silence, girls, like, and guys, girls and guys, whoever's watching this. I think that we need to be moving in silence. I think that, I mean, you hear it, it's so cliche. I think you've seen so many videos about it, or you've just read about it, or you've heard people say it in general, but it is true. You know, for me personally, I think that just people's negative opinions can really have an effect on like what you're trying to do, like the moves that you're trying to make. And that can actually like really affect whatever you're trying to do, because those opinions and that person's, you know, negative mindset, it could definitely get inside of your head and cause you to not believe in whatever you're trying to do. So you need to be moving in silence. Like that shit is important until whatever you're trying to do is done or you accomplish your goal. Move in silence. You know what I mean? Like, move in silence. I think it's just important to be able, it's just important to be able to celebrate silently. Say small, I mean like with your man or your girl, with your kids. Like, everybody doesn't need to know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? You can tell people maybe later on down the line when everything is like done and finished and you've crossed all your T's and dotted all your I's. Then it's like, whatever, it's already done. They can't really put any negative energy on it because it's already done. So I think that just silently celebrating when you hit those milestones or when you get to those goals, it's like, all right, bet. You could tell one or two people that you really, really, really trust, that you know are like positive people that will just like celebrate you and they're not running their mouth. Those are the people you could tell. But even then, it's just like, keep it to yourself. Like, keep it to yourself. I don't care what it is. It could be a YouTube channel, starting a business, getting a job. Like, for example, like I know when we, like before we had bought our house, we like, there were people that were like, oh, the economy's all messed up, and you know, it's not a good time to buy a house, and you want to live there, and like, just let me tell y'all, okay, we ended up getting, like, literally, I wrote down exactly what type of neighborhood I wanted to live in, what type of house I wanted to live in, and I pretty much got almost everything that I wanted. So it was like, I didn't even tell people that we were, oh, and that was another thing. So back to the negative people. All I'm gonna say is people were like, oh, you know, because I have to like go to work and stuff like that. And like, you know, we were like 30 minutes away. And I'm like, okay, that's not even a big deal. Like, that's not a big deal. But it's like people were like, oh, that's never gonna work. Like, it's never gonna work. And years later, like, it's working. And them same people that were saying that it was never gonna work are wondering why they haven't been invited to the house yet. What do you mean? Oh, we haven't even been invited to the house yet. Yeah, because you said it wasn't gonna work. So why would you want to come to my not working house? Like, I'm trying to figure that out. So that's like a really good example of how people will really try to like shit on whatever you're trying to do and put all this negativity into whatever you're trying to make happen. And like, who needs that? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that was going on before we got the house, when we were like looking for a house. And I was just like, yo, like, we really can't tell people like what we're doing. Like, we just got to do it, and then they'll find out later. So that's what happened. Like, we ended up getting the house, and like, nobody had nothing to say. And guess what? I'm very, very selective. I don't like to have a lot of company anyway in my house. Like, I'm very selective with that. Because people got bad energy, and I got to be prepared, you know what I'm saying? Like, to have people over, and we're gonna have to sage you out once you leave. We're gonna have to get all that energy out the door. But yeah, so just be selective with who you share information with, because people will try to shit on your dreams. Okay, so just be selective. Like, just if you get little, like I said, little small wins, celebrate that, by yourself or with your man or with your girl or with one friend. You know what I mean? People that you can really, really trust. That's like super, super important. The other thing is just people, as far as like you making moves and leveling up, people are gonna side eye you, because when you're leveling up, that's the thing. People, you know, there's a lot of content about leveling up, but people, and I have seen people talk about it, because I've seen Shara talk about it. When you're leveling up, that journey is not as smooth as it sounds. Like, it sounds easy. It's easier said than done, because you really have to like leave a lot of things behind, and even people are included with that. Bad habits, and people don't always like that, because it's kind of like they take it personal, like, oh, what's wrong with me? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, people will side eye you when you start making moves. So that, keep that in mind. Like, I'm telling you, so pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? People will side eye you when you guys are not connecting anymore and you're starting to make moves. They could send you bad energy, and they could think negative. They might not know that they're even thinking these things, but they are, you know what I'm saying? Or just have these negative feelings towards you, and that can manifest in your life. So you just have to be very, very careful with the evil eye, because people will really try to shit on whatever you're trying to do. I just said that before. They'll try to prey on your downfall. They will prey on your downfall. They will be praying for you to fall on flat on your face, and they will be praying for you to just like fail. Okay, so just be careful for that. You know, there's physical attacks, and then there's spiritual attacks, and people will really try to throw that shit your way, and you got to stay protected. And you also have to be careful with the information that you're sharing with people, so keep it to a minimum. And then like I said, like after you accomplish your goals, then you can share, because it's like, I already did that, so on to the next thing. And that's that. It's like, when you're in the process of making something happen, you want to be as silent as possible. Like, you don't need everybody knowing what you're doing. You don't have to post everything online. That's another thing, like the internet, and like, you know, you got all these social media networks. You got YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever. People want to share every single part of their life. They want to share every single thing. You do not need to do that. That's not a smart move. Okay, that is not a smart move. This is a prime example, like your relationship. I don't post my relationship like my business. Like, I might share a picture. Okay, we're on a trip. We might take a picture. We might have a date night. I might do a little boomerang. You know what I'm saying? A little toast boomerang. But you don't need to post all your business, your relationship, the moves that you're making. Nah. Those are things that you keep private. Privacy is still valued in today's world, and if you can have a private part of your life that people really don't know about, unless they're like in it, or that's your spouse, that's like something that's like, I mean, that's gold. Like, that is cherishable, because it's like, yo, today's day, people just want to post every single thing, every single move, and that is not a smart move. Do not do that. Do not do that. Okay. Like I said, you can share after you accomplish your goals. Then it's okay to share. Okay, then it's okay to let people know, like, oh yeah, girl, we just got that house and you ain't invited. I'm just playing. But yeah, it's okay to share after. But in the process, while you're making moves, no, you don't want to share that. Keep that private. And then the last thing that I was going to say is jealousy. People can be jealous of what you have going on. They don't have anything going on. So they're like, okay, you're making moves. And of course, people could try to copy your ideas. People could try to prey on your downfall, pray for you to fail, put bad energy into your dreams, give you bad opinions, just don't try to support you. You got to be careful with who you share your information with, because even sometimes it'd be your own family, close friends, that would be jealous of you. Unfortunately, that's just what it is these days. So you just want to be careful with who you share your information with, because people be jealous, and that includes family. Family is not excluded from that. People, and that's the thing, like, we don't pick our family. Like, we're just born into that family. We didn't ask to be born into that family. That's just what happened. So Don't be giving family 100 passes just because you guys have the same bloodline. Like, no, family, you choose your family. As you get older, I'm gonna tell you right now, you pick the people that you want to have in your life, and you choose the family that you want to have. And if some of them happen to have the same bloodline as you, that's cool, they can stay. But if some of them need to go, some of them need to go, because they can be worse than strangers sometimes. That's just a fact. And they'll be quick to shit on your dreams, your family. Like, oh, that's a bad idea. For example, I'm gonna give you a quick little example before I let you guys go. So I have a dream car, which I'm not gonna say here. I have a dream car that I'm gonna get one day. And I have told, I think I told a few people in my family about the dream car. And every time I see this car when I'm driving, I be like, hey girl, like, I'm gonna see you one day, like, hey girl. So I remember like one time I went out to dinner with my family, and somebody in my family was like, that's a bad car. Like, that's not a good move. Like, that's not even worth it. Like, you shouldn't get that car. Like, ugh, why would you want that car? And I'm just like, I can't wait to pull up in my car. And this is what I'm thinking. I can't wait to pull up in front of your crib. Like, I'm gonna pull up, I'm gonna blast my music, I'm gonna have my car decked out, and I'm just gonna look at you like, and I can't wait until that day comes. So that day is coming. Stay tuned, because that day is gonna come. But they just totally shitted on my whole dreams of wanting that. Not even like, they didn't ruin it. I was just looking at them like, luckily I already know how people be, you know, how people think and how negative people can be. And like I said, it could be your own family, but you got to tune that out and ignore it and just keep it moving, because expect that some people are going to shit on your dreams. Expect that some people are going to shit on your goals. That is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We can't stop that, but we cannot let, we cannot let, what can I say? We can ignore it. Plain and simple. We don't got to let that into our mind. Okay. It's mind over matter. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure that you hit that like button. Make sure that you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Later.